I literally just took another selfie of myself. This stupid freaking iPhone. And/or operator error. Stand by. There we go. All right. We're back. So, a lot of people have a lot of opinions on what a Minuteman loadout should be. The concept behind the Minuteman loadout is, holy crap, we've got to fight some tyranny right now. Let's go. More or less. Which I'm a big fan of. So, separate thought. If you're not a fan of The Revolting Man, you should be. You should go check out the Revolting Man channel on YouTube. Very good channel. Very, very, very good channel. I don't know them personally. Maybe one day I would love to hang out with them and enjoy a cold adult beverage and talk theology and the Constitution and preparedness. But I'm a big fan of the work that they do over at that channel. And very recently they had a video come out, I believe yesterday, talking about the militia and the 3 different types of militia. The general militia, which is you and me, just armed citizens ready to go to bat as needed. The, I believe, state militia was what he was talking about after that. Organized militia, I think, is what he called it. Like the Pennsylvania militia, or here in Texas, we have the Texas State Militia, the TSM, 250,000 strong, a force to be reckoned with. And there are various other state militias. And then the constitutional militia, I believe he called it, or something to that effect. Which is the idea that, well, go watch his video, okay? Just go watch his video. He's going to do a much better job explaining it than I am trying to paraphrase his 15-minute video in a minute. So, foundationally to this talk is the understanding that a militia is a good thing. And at some point, you may have to don your Minuteman loadout and go forth and do on behalf of your family, your community, your state, your country. In defense of liberty against tyranny, says me. Or, you know, maybe the Koreans get frisky and they want to come over here and get shot at, or whatever. You know, pick your poison. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? Just imagine that's happening, okay? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna grab my stuff and go, man. Roger, what does your stuff look like? Pause. Okay. I'm going to show you what my loadout looks like. And just understand, because I'm me, because I'm a big dude, and the idea behind this is in defense of liberty against tyranny, I expect rounds to fly. I'm not going to go any farther than that, other than to say, if I'm going to put myself in a combat situation, you better bet your beautiful derriere that I'm going to treat that situation as if it was a combat situation. Roger? Roger. This is not escape and evade. This is not a recce mission. We're not going to sit back and observe. It is going to be me standing in between them and you. Okay? So if I'm going to put myself in that position, what does my loadout look like? Let me show you. Well, first and foremost, you better bet we're going to have one of these little tiny Budweiser cans with us. No, not really, but as of right now, yes, we need to hydrate. Next, battle belt, plate carrier, go line by line by line. This is the Condor battle belt. Okay? And it's got the Condor H harness on it. Why? That helps distribute the load. Is it a significant load? It's enough. So what's on here? Okay, this is kind of your first line of defense. So I've got my EDC knife right here, which would come out of a Ranger carry at my 6 o'clock, onto this battle belt. This is an Ontario knife company, Rat 3. If you're familiar with the channel, you're familiar with this knife. I use my gear. Ontario Rat 3, okay? I'm hearing all the time out there in the internet world that nobody carries a fixed blade knife as part of their EDC. Guess again, brother. All day, every day. 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Okay. Moving counterclockwise. 2 30-round PMags. These are running SS109 green tips, 62 grain. Get back in there. Get back in there. Stand by. Through the miracle of modern cinematography, we're back. 2 30-rounders. This is going to be basically my immediate reloads, okay? It's muscle memory for me to come out of the rifle, down to my belt line, back up, retrieve a mag, back up. This is a repurposed IFAK bag, okay? And what's in here? Calories, peanuts, and granola bars down in there. Incidental calories. And I have this oriented in such a way that I could just undo the Ziploc, reach down with my left hand, stick my grubby paws in there, get a mouthful of calories, transport it to my face, and intermittent calories. Why is that important? Because you may not be in a situation where you can just basically make camp and eat. Okay, so this whole thing is nothing but intermittent calories. That's it. It's not a ton of calories. There's maybe 1,000 calories in there, but it's better than none. Y'all ought to know what this is. 1 quart GI canteen. Canteen cover. In here is a Bic lighter, because if Daniel Boone could have carried a Bic lighter, he would have. And in here are our iodine tabs and pH balancer. Okay? There is a steel cup, canteen cup in the bottom of that. This is set up the exact same way. It's another quart of water, more iodine tabs. Oh, excellent cinematography in the shadows. Another Bic lighter, okay, and another steel cup. What's back here? 2 more 30-round PMags. Trust me, they're loaded. 62 grain green tips. Rotate. What's here? This is basically a belt survival kit. Not, better than nothing, less than extravagant. How's that? Waterproof matches. Backwash syringe for your Sawyer Mini. Squeeze bag for your Sawyer Mini. The Sawyer Mini itself. Straw for the Sawyer Mini. Little GI issue insect repellent. What do we pay for that? $4.59. Not bad. Poncho. Blanket. Casualty. Common lightweight. An emergency blanket. A knife sharpener. If you're going to carry a knife, carry a way to sharpen that knife. Okay? A dull knife is useless. So, knife sharpener. Wet ones for a clean booty hole and or an impromptu shower in the field. Whatever you prefer. Map compass. Just a simple basic map compass. Tied to the pouch. So you can't drop it. little duct tape on a card, and another Bic lighter. T, what's up with all the Bic lighters? Man, you can spend an hour making a friction fire. That's cool. Go for it. I'm not judging, but while I have that skill set, and I practice that skill set occasionally, check out how much more efficient this is. Ta-da! Okay. Spare magazine. This is a 13 round Glock mag. Come on! 45 ACP, 185 grain plus P Barnes X-Tac hollow points. And that is a Glock model 21C. If you're familiar with this channel, you're familiar with that gun. That is the belt setup. Pistol, spare mag, a little bit of a survival kit, half a gallon of water, 4 rifle mags, incidental calories, and a fixed blade knife. Roger? Cool. We're going to move on to the plate carrier next. Stand by. Ta-da! Yeah. If you're subscribed to this channel and have been for a while, you're familiar with this plate carrier. This is the Condor Mop C and Coyote Brown modular operators plate carrier. Yeah, this is a fat guy rig, meaning it's a big plate carrier. For you skinny fellas out there, not recommended. It's just there's so much girth on this sucker. It's a big old plate carrier. That being said, I'm a big old fella. You know, I can shake and move when I need to. You know, I'm not morbidly obese or anything, but I'm not a tiny little ballerina either. So, as part of our Minuteman loadout, the stuff that we're going to go put ourselves in harm's way with, what do we have in the plate carrier? 3 mag insert up front. You know, yes, these are all loaded. This is all real. Don't fake this crap. These are 62 grain Hornady soft points in here. And I truly don't remember what we got over here. Same thing, 62 grain soft points. This is basic, like, emergency reload, so I keep the tab off of this one, okay? So on the plate carrier, up front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up front. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 mags. 12 mags! Yep. You know it. That's way too much ammo. Roger that. Guess what? I'm going to carry that. Well, what do you need that for? I don't know. You ever been shot at when you don't have any ammo? Yeah, okay, cool. Get back to me when you have. 12 mags. 8 up front, 4 on the belt. 1 in the gun is 13, and what's back here? Oh, look. There's 2 more mags back here. Why, T, are there 2 more mags back here? Real simple. We're taking incoming rounds. Your gun runs dry. You need to reload stat. I'm going to cover you while you run up behind me, pop one of these off, pull that out, and slap that sucker in there. Wow. Yeah, I know. And really, guys, I'm not trying to sound like a facetious a-hole, and I apologize if I am. It's just there are certain things that I know work for me, and there's a lot of regurgitated crap on the internet about what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and people just set up their plate carriers like everybody else, and they want to run a super slick kit with 3 mags up front and nothing more. You know, you're talking a mag a minute. You're going to run 3 minutes of conflict? 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes in a sustained firefight before you need a resupply? No, thank you. No thanks. Not doing it. Okay? I just can't do it, won't do it. I'll take the weight. I'll take another 10 pounds of weight. I don't care. This is, I mean, we're talking basically a static load anyway, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll get semi-dynamic. We'll have to move around a little bit, but I'm not trying to walk 40 miles in this. This is my Minuteman loadout. Now, if I have to walk 40 miles in it, I'll walk 40 miles in it. and I'll be happy the whole time because I got a whole bunch of ammo and level 4 plates. And a kind of cool patch too. A couple chem lights up front, you know, patches, the whole 9. I wrap my hydration bladder hose and my comms over my left shoulder because I'm right-handed. So I keep this side clear so that I can shoulder my rifle properly. Also because I'm right-handed, I have my IFAK on my right side so that I have a place to rest my elbow. This is my blowout kit. If you're interested as to what's in there, back channel my channel. Go look, you'll find it. We talk extensively about the contents of this. Have a tourniquet here as well as a blackened set of shears. And there's a pen, a Sharpie, and a flat blade screwdriver in there. Useful for all kinds of things. A folder in there, wicked sharp folder for all kinds of things. You know, for doing the things that need to get done when you're doing things. It's dark over here. Let's rotate. You're welcome for the cinematography. The left side of the cummerbund, inside of here are not plates. I'm not running side plates, but there are maybe, don't tell my wife, there might be 5 cigars in here. Because if you're getting shot at, you might as well celebrate. Got a flashlight here. 2 more Glock mags here, okay? That's the front and left and right cummerbunds. On the back side of this loadout, Minuteman loadout, and by Minuteman loadout, I mean my buddies call me, they're like, dude, rounds incoming, we need help, let's go now. What am I grabbing? I'm grabbing this plate carrier, this belt, I'll probably already have boots on, if I don't, I'm throwing them on, grabbing my rifle, and I'm out the door, 3 minutes. Literally, put the belt on, fasten the buckle, throw the straps over my shoulders, flop this over the top, fasten the cummerbund, make sure it's not too tight, not too loose, grab the rifle, out the door, okay? 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Backside, big old orange carabiner. Orange is not tactical. One day I'll get a cool tactical colored one, but this one's never been salt watered. It's never been shock loaded. I know for a fact this one is good, okay? Cool. My radio is on the back. It's a Kenwood TK 3400. You can check that out. It's an excellent radio. I have lots of these, and they're for my people. We all run this radio, or I should say I have enough radios for all of us to run these radios, and that's why it's back here. I have a spare tourniquet, not for self-aid, but for buddy aid. If somebody needs it, it's here. I can reach it with my left hand, mounted on the back of the plate carrier. This is a rolled up douche pouch if I need a place to drop spent mags during a firefight or half full mags during a firefight. Simply pop that open, it'll unfold, and rather than having to re-index mags while trading rounds with bad guys, I can just simply drop them in here, worry about that later. Which plays back into this as well. I have spare magazines. I might expend 3 to 5 magazines while engaging the enemy, whoever that enemy is. You know, maybe it's the Koreans, they're feeling frisky, whatever. Okay, I expend 5 magazines in 12 minutes. Okay, we got a chance to breathe. Cool. Let's start swapping mags. I have mags to do that with. You carried 3 and you're empty. You get it? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let's talk about the day pack. We've talked about this before in other videos, yet here it is. It's back. This is the Condor, I believe it's the HCB2 hydration carrier bladder or hydration bladder carrier, whatever. It comes with a 2.5 liter bladder, which is actually a pretty dang good bladder. It's about 50 bucks on Amazon. It's a good sized day pack. What all is in this day pack? Well, that 2.5 liter bladder's in there. I've got this mollied on the back. What else are we running? This lower pocket here. That would be butt wipe, good sir, because it's pretty much invaluable when you need it. Headlamp. Roger that. Some more granola bars, incidental calories, because as I'm using up the food in here as needed, you know, you're expecting to go out for 24 hours. 24 hours turns into 72, and now what? Yeah, roger that. Okay, got some more calories.
Spare socks, 2 pair, ready to go right there. In a Ziploc baggie because wet feet suck. More incidental calories. That is about 3 pounds of honey roasted peanuts. Ziplocked up, ready to roll. Yeah, it's just calories because you're going to need them. And then also in here are the straps that come with this thing. So it's mollied to the back of the plate carrier right now. But if I wanted to, I could disconnect it from here, throw these shoulder straps on. Or if you had a larger rucksack, if you had a deployment bag or 3-day bag or your salt pack or whatever, right? You could unhook this from there and then molly this onto your larger pack if you wanted to run a slick back plate carrier. Now, lots of guys will tell you that you should have a slick back plate carrier. And for vehicle-borne operations, that's true. Generally speaking, the infantry is going to dump packs as they're moving on to target. Okay? As they get close to reaching their objective, whatever it is, they're going to get trucked around. And then when it's time to hop off and foot it, they're going to dump their packs, and their packs will be trucked up to wherever they are after, you know, a period of time. We'll just leave it at that. So a lot of guys are big fans of the slick back plate carrier, which I get that. Here's my deal. You're not infantry, okay? You might be moving around in the vehicle. I might be moving around in the vehicle. But if you're not, awful nice to have the stuff that you need on your back, okay? And it does not impede movement that much. It's just not that bad. So if I had to get into a vehicle, as I've said before, I'll be uncomfortable. Or I'll ride in the back of the pickup truck, or whatever. I would much rather have the capabilities that this represents than not have it at all. Okay, because I've got, you know, over a gallon of water with me. I've got a couple days worth of calories. We'll get to that. Right? I've got spare socks. I've got spare ammo. I've got a headlamp. I've got maps. I've got all kinds of stuff that is really nice to have, including this Shamag face shield, so that I can ride on the internet. These are antacids. Some of us need these things. I've stuffed a Walmart sack in the top of this so that it doesn't rattle near as much, because all your stuff should be silent, secured, and stowed, right? Silent, secured, and stowed. So you want to mitigate that rattle as much as possible. So you pop the lid off, you can see I've got that plastic sack stuffed in there to basically compress those little things down so they don't wiggle around and rattle and make a ton of noise. And that's just, you know, just put some thought to what you do. I've got some gloves in here. Gloves are good. You do not want to wreck your hands. Generally speaking, I have gloves with me. These are just like Depot brand firm grip gloves, but they're actually pretty good. I would not use these as everyday work gloves, but for super cool tactical stuff, air quotes, they work pretty good. They're thin enough that you still have dexterity. They're not so thin that they're pointless. What's in here? Maps. That's all you guys are going to get to see of that. Maps inside a Ziploc bag. Paracord. Cordage. Okay, that's part of the 5 C's of survival, which we're going to foot stomp here in a minute. So there's one bundle of paracord. Here is another bundle of paracord. This is 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That are all 6 feet long, daisy chained together. Okay, so basically you would just undo this little portion right here and pull, and this whole thing would come apart. This is 6 pieces that are all 18 feet long, daisy chained together, and then I've just tied a loop around it. Again, you could just pull the end out and pull, and it would, you'd get 4 pieces 18 feet long that would come out of that. So 5 C's of survival, as we talked about, getting back to our survival kit that's on our belt line. So container, what do we have for container? We got a 2.5 liter hydration bladder. We've got 1, 2 quart containers, or quart canteens, each one with a canteen cup. So I've got 2 steel cups, 2 canteens, and 1 hydration bladder. And I'm carrying around 4.5 quarts or so of water at any one time, okay? And to go along with that container aspect, I've got filtration and treatment for my water. So I've got iodine tablets and a water filter. Container, combustion. You saw the matches, you've seen the dang lighters all over the place. You know I can make a fire if I have to. Container, combustion, cordage is right here, right? Cutting tool. Well, fixed blade knife is right there. And we know we have a folder up over here. So, container, combustion, cordage, cutting tool, cover. Cover is whatever's in between you and the elements. I've got that emergency blanket in here. And honestly, I should probably just get a poncho and roll it up and stuff it up inside of here. And I think I'm going to do that now that we've had this wonderful back and forth, you and I. I agree. Let's get a poncho. Let's stick it in here. Because that's about it. I think that covers the 5 C's adequately. So here is our cordage. It's basically a 100-foot hand coil of paracord cut into appropriate length pieces and then stowed together properly. I have a little set of utensils right here. And a flashlight. Do you work? Nope. I bet you the batteries are switched. And some hearing protection. A 5-hour energy. Another 5-hour energy. Some more hearing protection. A little tiny knife with a can opener and a corkscrew on it, which is very important for celebratory wine drinking after defending against tyranny. And one more 5-hour energy. That's the contents of this pocket. And lastly, I can't believe I almost gypped you guys. Lastly, a couple of NIOSH masks up in here. And some large zip ties for things and stuff. And not just one. Not just one. What do we got? Not just one beef ravioli and meat sauce. But 2 MREs. What we got here? Penne with vegetable sausage. And there's a brief look at the condor bladder. So, here's your calories, man. There's the loadout. Now, is that a serious loadout? You bet your freaking tuchus it is. Well, why is that? Because I'm a serious dude and I just don't just take advice off the internet, man. That's why. That's why. If I have to take this big derriere of mine to a combat situation, what am I going to take? This. But all this is self-contained on that belt and on that plate carrier. It literally is less than 3 minutes for me to put that on, then put that on over and grab a rifle and go. That's my loadout. That's what I got. It's well thought out. It's proven. I train with it. I use it regularly. And while I've taken advice from a lot of different people, some of which have YouTube channels and some of which would never have YouTube channels, it's mine. And I'm not saying that y'all's setup needs to be exactly like this, but I am saying I truly hope that this setup makes you think about your setup and what you should be doing differently so that you get better and you go play with your stuff and you learn. So stand by. I'm going to put all this crap back together and we'll talk one more time and then we'll call it an evening.
All right, you booger-eating heathens. I hope that was informative. I hope you're mad. But good mad. Also known as convicted. That's what I carry. Go away, light. There we go. I'm going to knife hand the ceiling. I hope that this is food for thought for you guys. I hope that it makes you think. and it makes you question what your loadout is and why. That's really what I want out of this channel, is why. Why is your gear set up that way? I want you to think about that. I want to challenge your paradigms, okay? This is what I carry. I'm not saying you should carry this. It's what I carry. And I'm okay carrying this. There's some things that are probably less than ideal, and there's some things that I would absolutely not change. Gun to my head, no. Unequivocally, no. One of the things you'll notice I carry a lot of is ammo. I carry a lot of water. And I carry a decent amount of calories for a Minuteman loadout. Why? Those are the three things I see in other people's loadouts that are severely lacking. Here's why. The regular military is entirely dependent upon resupply. Entirely dependent upon resupply. The militia does not have that luxury. Now, it's nice. The idea behind the Minuteman is that he goes ahead now. I need you there now. Go to this position, establish a perimeter, blah, 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 knife hand, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And you get there, and dude, you're ready to go, and you're on edge. You're looking around. Is that the Viet Cong? You know, whatever. You're there, and you don't have anything with you but a rifle and some crap strapped to a belt. Now you start getting hungry. Now what? You start getting tired. Now what? Thirsty. Now what? You need to go defecate in the woods. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? So you need to take those thought processes to their logical conclusion and war game those scenarios. Now what? Now what? Now what? What if your resupply never shows? Now what? You got no water, no ammo, no calories. No maps of your area of operation. No intel. No way to communicate. Not me, brother. I'd rather take a heavier rig and completely conquer the mind game aspect to this. Be 100% comfortable and confident in what I'm doing. Then have a slicked out plate carrier with an IFAK, 3 mags, and a granola bar. Y'all have fun with that. I ain't doing it. That's my cool story for the evening. I love you guys. I'm going to finish this beer and go to bed.